Let's see. It looks like I am live. All right, let's share this out. Good evening, my folks out there in the internet space. I hope y'all are having a wonderful, 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 wonderful evening. Give me a second here. I'm trying to share this out to a couple of places, and then we're going to get this thing started, all right? Give me a second here. Show all. Yep, cool. All right, let's get at it. Let's get at it. Look at my comments here. What's up, Dave? I see you. Thanks for jumping on, bro. Hey, listen, let me go ahead and share some stuff with you all. Now, I know I'm kind of reneging, but I had to come out here and do this because of what I'm about to share. Anyway, let me get to the intros. For those who do not know me, my name is Cedric Jenkins, founding creator of Your Money Matters. Your Money Matters because of the fact we get up each and every day to earn it. You have the God-given right to keep it. So it is my purpose, my passion, my intent to come out here to the community and share with people how they can keep more of their money. All right. It's easy to make more money, but wouldn't it be better if you were able to keep more of the money that you're earning, even if you're making more money or the same amount of money? So now you couple that together. Now you can increase your cash flow. All right. Now listen, the main reason why I'm doing this live, and I had said, and I've been announcing that I'm no longer doing these financial empowerments on my private, on my personal profile, because I wanted to move that somewhere exclusive and only talk to people who really and truly are wanting to hear get some financial information and where they can be financially liberated. I feel as though by putting it here on my personal timeline, it's falling on deaf ears. Not everybody's looking to be empowered. Not everybody's looking for a financial change. So I only want to cater and talk to those and reserve my time for those who are, okay? And I get it. Facebook, you have to respect the platform or wherever the case may be, but you have to respect these social media platforms as far as for what they are. All right. And Facebook, at least on the personal side of Facebook, is not good business to try to do business or anything like that on those platforms, because that's not the main reason why the platform was being built. We all know it is a platform where you can share things, but typically people are not here on this platform to look for solutions, if you will. All right. At least not on mainstream. All right. So I want to talk to folks more intimate. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to address, and the reason why I'm doing it here on my personal profile, because I made a mistake this morning and I posted a financial empowerment post. All right. And I wish I should have went back and deleted it, but it's already out there because it has some comments. But this morning I posted a comment about how a person who can earn $500,000 a year still feel average. Now you can go back to my timeline, right? And you can take a look at the post and you can see some of the comments. I've gotten mixture of comments, right? Not only here on Facebook, but also on LinkedIn and Instagram, and the response are amazing. All right, but they're all not the same. Everybody has a different view of it, right? But what I want to do is I actually want to go over this post with everybody, so that way we can be on one accord as far as because the question that I asked when I did this post is, what is this person's biggest out-of-pocket expense for this whole entire year? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I got the post. I'm gonna share the clipping, and then I'm gonna go over that clipping with everyone. All right. So give me a second here. Let me do some sharing. And I think. Nope. Hold on. Where's my mouse? Here we go. Screen 2. Share. All right. Everyone should be able to see that. All right. Now, take it out. Now, I got a dual screen, so my head is going to be looking at another screen, looking at the figures, but y'all should see it in front of you. Now, so check this out. Now, the question again, what was this household biggest out-of-pocket expense? All right. Now, before we go over the number, and this is, let me just say this. This is not to insult. My job is, my intent is not to insult anyone's intelligence. Okay. It's not to build my ego. Okay. Is not to make anyone think that I'm smarter than everyone. This is not that type of groove. All right. That's not the type of person that I am. I had this conversation with a fraternity brother of mine just yesterday about how we as collectively are failing. And that's because of the fact that the people who have succeeded are not bringing the ladder down to help everybody else. Right. And so that is a trend. All right. That is a trend. So my job, or at least my intent, is not to say that I'm a very successful person, but I'm in a successful circle where I'm learning how to be successful. And as I grow successfully along the way, I am bringing the ladder down to help other people do the same thing. All right. So when you see me sharing stuff, it's all about me lowering the ladder. This is not me sharing information to make Said think he's smarter than everybody. All right. Or Said got this huge ego. I get less than 2 ham sandwiches about that. My whole intent is to bring the ladder down as I go up the ladder myself. So that way we all collectively can win. Now, if you want to win, that's cool, but that's not this groove. So people, please, I want to kill the devil's spirit right now. If you think that Said is out here wanting to go out here and make everybody feel less intelligent. I'm not the smartest one in the room, right? But I get around smart people and I learn. All right. And whatever I learn, I share. So whatever I'm sharing, I have learned it from somebody else. All right. So that's my rant for that. Now, you got these figures in front of you. All right. Now, I did the post this morning with the question, what is this household's biggest out-of-pocket expense? All right. Again, terminology perspective. What is the term? What is the definition of expense? All it is just money spent. That's all it is. It's just money spent. That's what expense means. All right. Let's look at the number here. This household earned $500,000. All right. Let's go through it. We're going to start off with their salary, $500,000. Look at the top right here. All right. We're going to start right here. This is how much they brought in gross. All right. Below there, you got the wife and the husband's charitable contribution of $18,000 apiece. Okay. What we're looking at, what is the biggest expense? Okay. Salary after the charitable contribution. Now, this is to your 401k. That is, what's the word? It's going to come back to me. But now, after you see the contributions, now their income goes down to $464,000. Okay. Everybody see that? Charitable contributions. Okay. Is pre-tax. That's what I wanted to say. Your charitable contribution that goes in the 401k is pre-taxed. Okay. Now, after that, now you see how much income that they earn. Subtract the what is that, $36,000. Now their income goes down to $464,000. All right. The next line item, they in a 40% tax rate. They done paid out $185,600. Now their net salary is $278,400. Okay. Let's go on down. Child care, $42,000. Food, 23. Mortgage, 60 grand. Home maintenance, 5. Property tax, 20,000. Property insurance, 2,500. Vacations, 18,000. Car payment, 9,600. Gas, 5,000. Car insurance, 2,000. Life insurance, 2,500. Clothes for children, or for 4, shall I say, 9,500. Children's lessons, was that piano, sports, and all that good stuff, 12,000. Charity, 32,000. Student loans, no, excuse me, charity, 18,000. Student loans, 32,000, and then whatever that miscellaneous, 10,000. Total cost, $271,100. So what they were left over was $7,300. Now, I want everyone to, whoever sees this live or the replay, tell me what is the biggest out of pocket expense that's on this illustration here. I had numerous answers. Okay, I had numerous answers. I had one that said their mortgage, they need to downsize. Okay, let's look at that. They paying $60,000 in mortgage. All right. Look, let me just say this. If someone, I don't care who you are, if you earn on paper, if you seeing that you're earning $500,000, you ain't gonna be living in no hut. I'm sorry. So even if you were to downsize your home, okay, instead of being in a 4,000 square foot home, and you go down to a 1,500 square foot home, okay, so you knock off your mortgage. You downsize your mortgage. But let's be real. If you know you bringing home, even though you don't even understand what you're really and truly bringing home, because everybody is getting a loan based on their gross, not their net. And I don't know why banks don't approve loans based off their net, because the net is what they really bring home. The gross ain't what they really bringing home. And y'all see this right here in front of you. But yet banking institution, they're going to approve your loans on your gross. Your gross ain't what you bring home. Y'all tell me why they do that. But that's another live. All right, y'all got to wake up. Okay, let's see what else. Let's look at child care. Okay, they got 2 children. Now I don't know what situation they're in. I don't know if they got relatives in this city where they can go drop them off at Big Mama's house or uncle's house or somebody else where they can lower that cost. Okay, maybe they could. All right. Could they downsize on their car and get well, look, let's see. They got a BMW 5 Series and they got a Toyota Land Cruiser. I don't know if they just splurging that much, but maybe they could downsize there. Look, let me stop playing with y'all. The biggest out-of-pocket expenses that's on here is that doggone tax rate. Look, they being taxed at 40%. That is the biggest out-of-pocket expense that this household has. It's not anything else that's on this list. You can go downsize. You can go do Dave Ramsey and downsize all this stuff under expenses all day long, but it ain't gonna do nothing for that effective tax rate. Nothing. Because of how much they earn it and how they earning it. First of all, is how they earning it, and that's probably, and more than likely, that's from a wage income, a W-2. W-2s are always going to be taxed at the highest tax bracket. Okay. Could they move their money to their 401k? Yes, they can, but it's not going to give them that. It's not going to lower that effective tax rate enough. Go look it up yourself, and you'll see under the new tax reform, the Tax Act and Job Cuts law, to where your maximum threshold for a 401 contribution is $19,000. So considering the fact you got a wife and a husband, they both at $18,000, they're only $1,000 away from the max. That's not going to do anything that's going to affect how much they being taxed right there when it says 40%, $185,600. That tax killing them. The tax is the biggest is the biggest out-of-pocket expense. So some are saying, well, said, how is that the out-of-pocket expense? Well, it is out-of-pocket expense. You just don't see it. It's payroll deducted. Okay, it's payroll deducted, so it's automatically or systematically an out-of-pocket expense, because your employer has an agreement with the federal government to say whatever money that they earn, they need to come pay taxes on it. And that's the expense that's going to get paid first before anything else. That money is going to come out even before the charitable contribution to the 401k. Uncle Sam will always get his first. Then everybody else gets paid. Your 401 get paid next. Then after that, Uncle Sam said, now you got to go live your best life off to the leftovers. So no, it's not the mortgage. All right. Okay, they paying property tax of what is that? Property tax on a $1.5 million home. Could they downsize that? Sure, they could. They sure could. They'll pay lower in property tax and they have a lower mortgage. It still will not be the biggest out-of-pocket expense, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be that tax rate. It's going to be that tax rate. And because of the fact of how much money that they're earning and how they earning it, they are not going. And the reason why you see $185,600 because of the fact they're not in position to itemize as they should. They're not able to accumulate deductions. See, the way to when we earning money, ladies and gentlemen, our whole goal when we earning money is to earn money and to have a way to lower our tax liability. When we're able to lower our tax liability, then that's what we get, what we call adjusted gross income. Because what happens is, Eric say the number don't lie. Nah, them numbers don't lie. The numbers will tear you up. Numbers can work for you or work against you. So check this out. The only way that you can lower your adjusted gross income is having deductions. And the way that it works is this. You got tax credits and you got the tax deductions. Tax credit is subtracted from the amount of a possible tax bill. So let's just say that you filed your taxes and you owe the government $3,000. All right. But let's say that you got a child tax credit of $1,500. All right. Well, now you take the $1,500 and you subtract it from the $3,000 that you owe, which means now you only owe $1,500. That's how a tax credit works. Deductions works a little bit different. Deduction is the accumulation of all of your entitled expenses, or shall I say expenses, money that's being spent, okay, that you can deduct legally, ethically, and morally on your personal side, to where now the deductions is subtracted from the total amount of income that you earn, which shows up on your W-2. So let's take, for instance, this $500,000. All right. Let's just say that affect that, let's just say that this person had $50,000 worth of deductions. You don't see here. I'm just giving you some numbers. All right. So now instead of the IRS taxing them on all of that $500,000, the IRS is only going to tax them on $450,000 because the $50,000 of deduction is going to be subtracted from your total wages. Now your $450,000 is what we call adjusted gross income. And deductions is the best way to lower your tax liability. But here's the caveat. The way that the tax laws are written, wage income earners don't even have access to where they can be able to accumulate that many deductions. Why? Because the tax laws are not written for wage income earners. They benefit business owners and investors. They get to tap into over several hundred deductions. See, we got some of us, I ain't gonna say all of us, some of us got fooled when we saw the standard deduction increase. So last year, everybody gets a standard deduction, whether you're single, married filing separately, head of household, and married filing jointly. Those are what we call standard deductions. Eric said the deductions are the best way to lower your tax liability. I definitely concur. So check this out. Last year, the standard deductions, actually this year in the new tax laws, the standard deductions went up. Okay. So now single, that's about 12,200 or 12,400. Don't quote me. I ain't trying to remember all this stuff. I think head of household is 18,500, and I want to say married filing jointly 24,200, something like that. One of my business colleagues gonna get me straight. They'll put it. They'll let you know if I'm not on track. Regina said, I don't understand how people are skipping over the triple-digit dollar amount to conclude that the mortgage or student loans are the highest expense. I don't know, but you'll be amazed. I just went along with it. I said, okay, yeah, they high up there, but that's not the biggest expense. It's up there. So let me get back to it. So because of the fact that so your standard deductions increase, but what we didn't know, or some of us didn't have the situation awareness why the standard deduction increased. Okay, some stuff got cut in the background. That's why it's called Tax Act and job cuts. Or do I have that backwards? Tax cuts and job act. I don't know. I can't remember. But let's listen. In the tax reform, the new tax reform, we're just gonna keep it simple. All right. There are some things that get some deductions that got cut. Now, listen, in previous year, it was already hard for a wage income earner to qualify for a deduction to lower their tax liability. It just got even harder. So, yeah, while we was looking at, oh, yeah, they're going to raise the standard deductions. But see what happens when the standard deductions increase, when you go try to itemize and it doesn't surpass your standard deductions. When you get your taxes done, your tax software or whoever's going to prepare your taxes, they're going to look at which one is the greatest one. Is it the itemized deductions, or is it the standard deduction that's going to give you the biggest tax savings? And if your itemized, let's say that you are a single, your standard deduction is $12,200, but you have $12,200 worth of itemized deduction. I doubt that you do, but let's just say hypothetically that you do. You got $12,200 worth of deductions. Well, they cancel each other out. So what's going to happen is, I know this because I prepare taxes, all right, that the tax software is going to say your standard deduction is your greatest tax savings, all right? In order for anyone to start seeing any tax savings, your itemized deductions have to surpass your standard deduction, ladies and gentlemen. So Eric said $12,200 for single filers, $24,400 for married filing married filing jointly, and $18,350 for a head of household. All right. Those were lower numbers in previous years, but they have increased. But the downside to that is this: you ain't gonna be able to itemize that much. So which means you're not gonna be able to put yourself in a position to lower your adjusted gross income. So now this $500,000 is all free game for the IRS to tax you on. That's why you probably see this doggone almost $200K in taxes that he paid, because he doesn't have a way to lower his taxable income. Now, let's see what Virginia State, they overlooked that number because they've been conditioned in believing that we have to pay taxes. Let's address that, because that's the elephant in the room. Taxes. That's the elephant in the room. We got to understand that everybody has to pay taxes, right? The question is, how much taxes are you willing to pay? There's nothing in a U.S. Treasury tax code. There is nothing in an IRS publication that says I have to overpay my taxes, or I don't have the ability to lower my tax liability. There's nothing in the tax code that say that. You got to understand the tax laws and how it works. The tax laws are nothing but a game. Did anybody see the New England Patriots and the Tennessee Titans game? I know I'm kind of derailing, but I'm gonna bring this back. The coach of the Tennessee Titans, he used to play for Bill Belichick, the New England Patriots, and throughout that game, they was playing chess. They was making chess moves. They was making chess moves called throughout the game. And because of the fact that Mike Brable, the coach of Tennessee Titans, knew how the game worked, he was able to position his team to win that game. And see, Bill Belichick knew what Mike Brable was doing because he taught Mike Brable when he was a player. See, when you understand the rules of the game, you can position yourself to win the game. That's all what Mike Brable did. Same thing here. You got to learn the rules of the game when it comes to the taxes. And yes, when you understand that you can use the same tax laws that took the money out of your pocket, you can put them back into your pocket. So check this out. All this stuff over here, I still got it shared. Look at these expenses. Okay. Look at the tax rate, $185,600. All right. And look how that dwindled down to his net salary. Then now he got necessities down here. This is lifestyle. Now, that's on his personal side. Now, let's say that he used a vehicle called a pass-through vehicle. That's just a fancy word of saying he using what we call a business, right? That's going to help him get pass-through taxation to where now he can lower this. And now he can qualify for more deductions. That's going to help him lower this tax rate here, which consequently, or not consequently, but eventually will show up in his take home. It's called having a business. And the business allows you to leverage what we call the pass-through taxation law that was in this tax reform, all right? But that's always been there. That option always been there. He just made it more clear for business owners in this new tax reform and just gave it a fancy name, pass-through taxation. Now, what you're doing is you taking the business, right? And you're passing down the tax savings from the business down to your personal side. So now, not only are you lowering your tax liability, but now let's just say that you're a business owner and you're operating your business out of the comfort of your home. Now, all this other out-of-pocket expense that you see right here, that is, just out-of-pocket expense. And IRS says personal living expenses are non-tax deductible. However, if personal living and family expenses are used in support of a business, those expenses are tax deductible. So now this person has a 500K job, but he also has a business. Now, these personal living family expenses, because he's a business owner and he's using the pass-through taxation law, now some of these expenses, if not all of these expenses, are now no longer out-of-pocket expenses. These are now become business expenses, such as what? Let's look at the car payment. Okay. If he still has a car payment, guess what you can do as a business owner? You can deduct the interest payment that you pay every month because you use your car for business purpose. The gas that you put in your car now becomes tax deductible. The car insurance was once out-of-pocket expense, now becomes tax deductible because you're using the pass-through taxation law. Life insurance, yep, the premiums, you can deduct that. Even the vacation, if you conducting business before, during, and after, you can make your vacation a tax deduction, ladies and gentlemen. What else we got? Property tax. You're going to claim that on your personal side, and you're going to claim that as a business owner. You can definitely do that. Home maintenance, absolutely. Okay, so home maintenance, that could be your household bills, your utility bills, things of that nature. You can deduct a portion of that. Mortgage. Now, you cannot deduct your mortgage payment or all of it. You cannot deduct the principal of it. You can only deduct the interest portion of that monthly payment. What else? Childcare costs. You can deduct that. You can use a strategy by employing your children into your business, okay? And the money that you use for in support of your children, okay, that can be tax deductible. But that's another video to explain that strategy. Now, I would not go as far as saying the clothes are deductible because it is hard to deduct or claim clothing as business purposes unless you strictly wearing uniforms. Charity, you can deduct charity on behalf of your business. Okay, so that's nothing more than another charitable contribution. All right. And I won't go as far as saying the student loan, you only can claim that on your personal side, and then miscellaneous, I don't know what that miscellaneous, so we won't wrap that up. But look, most of the stuff here that used to be out-of-pocket expense are now tax deductible. And now that totals up. Now you're able to accumulate deductions. Okay. So we was to do a ballpark figure of adding up what could be possibly be tax deduction. Let's just use what? I'm going to say that I'm going to use $30,000. Okay. We haven't even included the cell phone bill and other stuff, right? But I'm just going to say, based off this list, let's just say $30,000. All right. Now, that's $30,000 of deduction that this person didn't have before. Now the $30,000 worth of deduction is going to be subtracted from the $500,000 gross salary that shows up on your W-2. Now that's going to be subtracted, so that's going to turn out to be $470,000. Okay, but then your effective tax rate is going to go down because of the deductions. All right. So now your adjusted gross income is going to be $470,000. Now you brought some money back home into the household, okay? And you didn't have to change your standard of living. All you're doing is using what we call the pass-through taxation law, to where now the money that you're earning is being protected through taxation laws. But see, when we don't know and understand the game is going to play us. We got to stop getting played by the game. We got to start learning how the game is being played. The biggest expense, not everybody, most people got it, but for those who did not get it, the biggest expense from this is the tax. We talking six figures. I don't know what made anybody go down and look at the mortgage, the mortgage PMI, or somebody said that was too many vacations. Look, if I got the money to take vacations, let me go take my vacation, because that could be my sanity check. I may need to go relax somewhere. Who's to say that I need to shorten my vacation? If I got the ability to take 3 vacations, man, let me go take my vacation. So somebody said they taking too many vacations. Well, what is too many? I ain't never heard of taking too many vacations. Some said, hey, they car note, they monthly car note need to trim down. Okay, go get in a Pinto. Sure, but I'm here to tell you that ain't what. If somebody's earning that type of money, they're not looking at no low end stuff. Because they say on paper, they say they got it. They can afford it. Think about it. Somebody wins a lottery. What you think they're going to do? They got the money. They're going to go spend it. And that's how we do. They're going to go spend it because they say they can afford it. So when you earning money like that, you ain't trying to live in no hood. You ain't trying to live in no hut that's only 1,000 square foot. You ain't trying to roll in no doggone Pinto. You gonna upgrade. That's what everybody do. Everybody want to upgrade their lifestyle. But if in doing so, you got to understand the rules of the game that's going to allow you to do it. In other words, why don't you let the government, because the government been pimping you, why don't you flip that, pimp the government, and let the government pay for your lifestyle. And allow and get the government out your pocket. 6 figures of taxes is way too much. But unfortunately, because of the fact of how they earning their money and how much of their earning of it, they ain't got no choice but to pay it, because they're not in a position to lower their adjusted gross income. Now, I came on here to do this because of the fact I made a mistake and posted this financial empowerment on my personal timeline, and I said I was no longer going to do that, right? But out of obligation, and because of the fact that the feedback that I was getting from it, I said, well, let me come here and do a live and go over this with people. Now, you still going to have somebody that's going to come here and probably want to have a debate or disagree. That's fine. We'll talk offline, because I'm not trying to be no social media diva and try to have trying to go battle with you in the comment field about what your perspective is versus my perspective. But here are the numbers. Here are the numbers. We done glossed all over this right here. $185,600. How in the world did we overlook that, ladies and gentlemen? We all down up in here. Before you can even spend money down here, there's some major things that happen up here first. Wake up, y'all. I've been talking about this for 6 years. Somebody had to wake me up, because I'm a 6-figure income earner. I ain't making $500,000 on my job, but I'm also a business owner. But I'm a 6-figure income earner, and I was being hit like this. That's why I can speak like the tone that I have right now, because I went through this. I know how this feels. I am a product of this. That's why I can speak to this with some definite confidence that I was being played by the government because I didn't know how the game was being played. Now that I know how the game is being played, say it ain't being played no more. So now I'm the Mike Brable going against Bill Belichick. Now I don't position myself to win. Now I'm going further deep in the playoffs. I done sent Bill Belichick home. Now, who else here want to be a Mike Brable? Who wants to learn about how the game is being played? Because definitely we are living in a game. Hold on, let me take off the sharing because I want y'all to see the words are coming out of my mouth. Now, I done stopped sharing, so now y'all see me. This is a chess game out here, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't no checkers. The reason why we're losing this battle financially is we playing checkers. We making checker moves. This is a chess game. But you got to know and understand the rules of the chess game. And as long as you don't know the rules of the chess game, you always gonna get played. Sounds a little rough. 2020 is all about toughening up. Tough love. Because I'm no longer whispering this stuff. That's the reason why I'm no longer doing this on my personal timeline. I'm doing this in a private setting. For those, and I got it below this comment, below the video. If you want to connect with me in a private setting, I got a fan page. You'll see the link for the fan page. I got a link for my private Facebook group. And I'm also got a link there for the Instagram. Those are the venues where I'm doing these financial empowerments now. I will no longer do it here where you're seeing it right now. But the only reason why you're seeing this today is because of the fact I made a mistake and did a financial posting on it. And before I can go ahead and delete, I could have still went ahead and deleted even with the comments, but I used it as a teaching moment because of the comments that were coming in. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I got to get on here and share with my people and clear and provide some clarity about what they're seeing because they was missing it. Some of the folks, I ain't gonna say all, but some of the folks missed it. The biggest expense that was on here was them taxes. And systematically, everybody is being got. Systematically. In 2 days, it's gonna be Friday. It's gonna be payday Friday for somebody. What's the effective tax rate that's hitting your paycheck? Do you feel as though do you feel as though your paycheck takes a big hit? If so, that means you don't understand the rules of the tax game and you need to learn. Now, for those who are willing to be who are teachable and are willing to learn, they're in a season of receiving. I'm here to support those folks. And I want to help those folks, but in a private setting. Because I'm no longer doing it here because I don't want to be competing with all the other stuff that goes on y'all feed, right? Everybody looking for, what the latest feed now is I don't know. You can just take your pick. But I'm no longer trying to compete with all that stuff because we get so distracted so easily, right? We get distracted easily. It don't take much to throw something out there and somebody start getting emotional over something that's being posted out here. Next thing you know, you going all in with your response and all that good stuff. It just distractions to kill your time. So I'm not trying to compete with all that distraction. Let me get some laser beam focus on the folks who are wanting to change their financial picture. Your financial picture should be a self-portrait. But the reason why most of us don't have a self-portrait is because somebody else is holding the brush. And as long as you don't understand and know the game that's being played, somebody always going to paint your picture. You earning the money, Shouldn't you be painting your own financial picture and not somebody else? Tough love. Tough love. It may be loud and in your face. I ain't trying to be like Stephen A, but I'm just saying I'm not whispering this stuff anymore. But again, y'all won't see these kind of videos anymore on my timeline anyway. Y'all need to come to my private group. Private group, I talk a little bit more intimate. I get into some one-on-one needs of their one-on-one financial needs, and then we come up with a solution. But I'm not trying to provide any kind of solution out here on the news feed, because everybody ain't looking for no solution on the news feed. They looking for what's the latest gossip. Who going to war? What's something that we need, because even the war does affect the economy. Y'all pay attention. The war is affecting our economy. Inflation, silent income killer, is already in effect. Is already in effect. Inflation already hitting us. Price of goods and services already increasing. Y'all pay attention. But all the other distractions, all right? Jokes, I have anything against inspirational. I post inspirationals every morning, but all the other stuff is just distractions. It doesn't lead to anything as far as us thriving in this society. I'm all about helping people and being around people who want to thrive in this society. I'm not trying to just survive. I done did that in my previous years. I ain't just trying to survive. I'm trying to thrive. Now, who all want to thrive with me? Let's go talk offline, or let's go talk privately, and let's put a game plan together, and let's thrive in this society so we can really and truly live our best life. Because what I just showed you there, they ain't living their best life. Out of all that, out of $500,000, they only had $7,300 left after everything is said and done. Come on, y'all. How you gonna live your best life off of $7,300? You can't even take you probably can take a little small change of that and put in your emergency fund or an additional IRA, municipal bond, or whatever the case may be. But you got to tread lightly. You got to tread lightly after all that is taking place with that money. So y'all, if you want to learn more, you see the scroller there somewhere down there. Click below. I got 3 links below this video. All right. If you want to connect with me about how you can change your financial picture, how your financial picture should be a self-portrait, and how you can get the paintbrush back into your hands. All right, because that's what this is all about. This is not about me trying to fill my ego. This is not about me trying to make me look smart. It's none of that. This is about bringing the ladder down to where other people can come up the ladder. Because after having that conversation with my fraternity brothers, we just don't have enough people bringing the ladder down and helping others. Now, here's the other thing. When people bring the ladder down, y'all, and they try to help, at least render your time to at least see what they have to offer to see if they can help you. Because they taking out their precious time to bring the ladder down. Don't let them do that, and don't have them to do that in vain. Don't have them to do that in vain. All right. So listen, let me run. That was my rant. But again, the only reason why I did that here on my personal timeline is because of the fact that I made a mistake, and I put this financial posting up about how to make $500 a year and still feel average. And the question that I asked was, what was this household's biggest out-of-pocket expense? And if you go back to it, you'll see that the biggest expense is taxes. Okay? Taxes. You don't have to earn $500,000 to lower your tax liability. It doesn't matter. $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, whatever you're earning, you need to be lowering, or need to position yourself to where you can lower your tax liability. The question is, are you positioned to do so? If you're not, Let's change that, because we're at the beginning of the year. No better time to do that than to do it is now. So that way you can start getting the whole entire tax saving, or start getting the tax savings starting now throughout the whole entire year. Okay, let's start now. Let's not wait until second, third, fourth quarter. By that time, the government already done ate into your paycheck as far as taking your taxes. So let's go ahead and change that now. Let's learn the game. If you want to know more, just you see the scroller. I got 3 links down there. If you want to learn more about how you can lower your tax liability, click on those links below. All right. Now, in case one of my colleagues have shared this video with you, all right, don't click any of the links. If you follow them, don't click any of the links that's in my caption. Go follow them and ask them what said was blabbing about lowering my tax liability to where I can pay less in taxes. Go get with them. But if you're my personal followers, okay, I want you to click either one of those 3 links below. But if any of my business associates or partners share this video with you, go get with them and ask them how you can keep the money that you already earning and make it go a whole lot further, plus make all your lifestyle expenses become tax deductible. Get with them. All right. This is your boy Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your money matters because of the fact you get up each and every day to earn it. You have a God-given right to keep it. Keep your money. Them folks were losing their money. I'm trying to show you how to keep your money. See, they can make money. They making money already. The problem is they losing money. Let me just say this, and I'm definitely gonna get off at this point. Warren Buffett, probably your second wealthiest man in the world. Let's just say that I'm gonna give 2 scenarios. All right, I'm a business owner. I go to Warren Buffett and I say, hey man, I got a proposition where you can make $1 million through this business. Warren Buffett gonna look at me and give me the side eye. Yo, dude, you know I'm a billionaire, right? You trying to show me how to make $1 million. I done that hand over fist. So that conversation ain't gonna go well with him, because he a billionaire. He knows how to make $1 million. He a billionaire. So you're gonna say, yo, kick rocks, man. Kick rocks. I ain't trying to hear this conversation. Now let's flip that scenario. Let's say that I'm Warren Buffett's accountant, and I'm looking at his books, and I'm looking at his profit and earnings, and I see that he's losing $1 million. So now I'm in the boardroom with Warren Buffett, and I say, well, hey, Mr. Buffett, I'm looking at your financials, and I'm seeing that you are losing $1 million. I got his attention because he ain't trying to lose no money. He already know how to make money. He ain't trying to lose no money. You see what I'm saying? That's a different conversation. Well, actually, that is a conversation. Before, that wasn't a conversation, because I'm coming to him saying, hey, let's make some money doing this venture. You can make $1 million. Man, dude, I'm a billionaire. I ain't got time for that. I know how to make money. I'm making money. So I ain't got his attention. But I get his attention when I'm saying, hey, you're losing $1 million. He ain't trying to lose no money. So my whole point to that is, you ain't trying to lose no money either. I don't care how much money you're earning, but you ain't trying to lose no money either. You shouldn't. You should care about you should be caring losing money, even though you're making it. And this person right here was losing 6 figures of their money to taxes. Let's do the same thing, y'all. I know I'm loud. I know I might be obnoxious the way I deliver this, but yo, tough love. Because I'm trying to provide some financial awakening so we can stop sleeping at the wheel. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to come out the dark. It's time to come out of the forest. It's time to come out of Egypt. Let's get to the promised land. But you got to make a decision to say, I want to come out the promised land. Anybody can say they want to be free, but you gonna make the decision to be free? Are you gonna provide? Are you gonna do anything, any kind of activities to get yourself free? There's levels to this thing. Let's start with making a decision. Then let's act on that decision to where now you start seeing us get to the bottom of Mount Sinai to get further instructions on what we need to do to get to the promised land. All right. We'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be blessed. If you enjoyed, if you found this intrinsic to you, share, like, and comment. All right. You know, I entertain all comments regarding all this stuff here. But just know this is going to be the last video that you're going to see on my personal timeline about personal finances and financial empowerment. I'm moving those kind of content over to my fan page, my private Facebook group, and on Instagram. And I'm just leaving my personal Facebook page personal. Okay. So that way it don't go on everybody's main news feed, because everybody ain't looking for a financial change. I just want to talk to those who want a financial change. All right. Well, holla at y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Peace.